right, guys. Welcome back. The NBA continues, and of course, I'm here to give you the NBA Fantasy Salary Cap Edition updates. Game day 7 was concluded as we concluded game weeks 5, and of course, I didn't conclude badly. As you can see right there, I'm above average, which is always good and welcome. The average was 130, and of course I scored 148, which is an alright score all in all. Looking at the game day right there, Mignon managed to give me some good points, 28 points right there. Kalkburnie, nothing, was a no-show. Then of course Larry Marketing continued to be average, so I didn't get much out of him in this stint, which is alright, I guess, but underwhelming as well. Mitchell came through, which I very much appreciate, giving me 35 by his standards. Then, of course, Tyrese Maxey giving me 48, which is also very welcome. Alright, so looking at the games, of course, we kicked off with the Miami Heat taking on Philadelphia 76ers, and of course Norman Powell continues to be a very, very good move for the Miami Heat. Hopefully a good move for me. I will look at the budget that I have and of course see if I can pull him in, because I have a couple of players that are actually injured and I need to make some moves. It's a brand new week as well, so I do get extra 2 free transfers, and you also as well have those extra transfers, so you can shift and move some players around so that you're better prepared for the upcoming game week 6. All right, so the game kicked off, of course, with Norman Powell managed to drop 32 points right there for the Miami Heat, and of course a total of 44 points in that game. Then Jaquez as well did very well, managed to drop 22, 38 points right there. Then on the other side, Tyrese Maxey led the way, scoring 27 points and a total of 48 in this game. I do have the highlights, of course. I'm going to pull those up for you right about now.
I want to limit these little ticky-tack ones because then it helps you get to 6 that much faster.
That's Norman Powell from range.
And Miami strikes first. This is the pace of Miami.
Bam Adebayo.
Floater. And Larson. Shot clock's down to 10 for Philly. George on a step back 3. And a rebound for Mitchell. Rhythm for Norman Powell.
Norman Powell from range. Of course, he dropped 32 in this one. He was the game's high scorer. Tyrese Maxey, second highest game ball scorer. Of course, Tyrese Maxey dropped 27 in this one. That's Norman Powell right there. I do believe LA Clippers made an error to let him go. Paul George returned. He returned on a heater of a game, but this one round, he came, this very game, he actually slowed down. He only dropped 10 points in this game.
Mitchell cans the jump shot. Once Tyler Hero comes back.
That's Tyrese, very fast.
Crossover floater. Shoulder looks okay.
He's too fast, and of course he has good handles as well. That's Jaquez Joaquin Jr. scoring 22 points in this game. So moving into the second quarter.
It's going to be a defensive gap too that you want to fill. Yeah, they space the floor too, and they are unselfish. They will readily kick it to their open teammate.
McCain's dribble drive and a finger roll.
Going right at advantage.
Now, of course, Philly have I think gone 7 games without Embiid. 7 straight games, so they are. I think they're playing well though. It's just that, of course, Miami Heat was not going to let them win this game. But they have been playing well. And of course, they also didn't have Edgecombe. Edgecombe didn't feature in this one. He's one of the injured players that are out there. He has a calf issue. And of course, he's predicted to return tomorrow. So that's someone to keep an eye on.
System of the Larry Brown system. So it wasn't that back and forth so much. So with that, and all of us coming together,
That's Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes had a quiet one though. Scored 15 in this one.
Everybody's just going together and just taking it by storm. And defense was our calling card. You know, that's what I did.
To get back into this game. I think we just showed a shot of AI, and you know, for
that's
those of us that
from deep.
Watching him play, it was amazing. But
Norman Powell.
Being courtside with the game,
so we was always competing back and forth on the defensive side of who's gonna get that.
Quentin Grimes.
Sure. That's a heck of a competition.
Exactly.
Quentin Grimes nails the three. Tyrese Maxey's back in the game as well for the
Norman Powell right there.
Norman Powell continues to get things done. Recap the first half. Edwards thought about it. Back out for Maxey. Shot clock's at 1. Maxey heaves it up. Go!
Wow. Wow. Did you see that?
Money. Maxey, another one.
Wow. Maxey is something else. Got VJ Edgecombe on the bench.
1 point Heat lead.
How quickly things change, right?
Adebayo.
Well, the Heat cannot allow them to continue at this pace. They've already had 4 games at 140.
Where a contested layup gets the
Where
going in the
now Where scored 20 was one of the 3 huge contributors for the Miami Heat. Norman Powell 32 points, Jaquez Jr. 22, and then Ware 20, and of course Bam Adebayo, Mr. Consistent, had 18. Whereas for the 76ers, only one player managed to reach 20 points. That was none other than Tyrese Maxey. So this is the third quarter. That's McCain. McCain had 15 in this one.
George on a crossover, leaves it for Andre. 95-88.
So we're going to cross over into the final, the fourth quarter. So this is the fourth right here. Skipping to the final 5 minutes.
Off the side of the backboard. Jaquez got hit by Drummond. He's down underneath the basket. Adebayo's wide open for a two-hand dunk and a timeout.
Now this is where the game actually went away from them, and they never really caught up.
And a rebound for Maxey. Maxey, Watford right to the rim.
64 points in the paint for the visiting team as opposed to 42 for the home team. 48, I should say.
Maxey cans the mid-range.
Way at it.
Larson steps into the three, no good. But
so they maintained the 10. They tried to maintain the 10-point gap, and of course, it ended up being the gap that they won the game by, because you know it ended 127 to 117, which was the final score, and of course, Philly lost that one to Miami.
Don't go too far.
120.
All right, so that's how that one ended, and of course Philly lost that one. Then of course came the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Atlanta Hawks, and this was a very, very close one. I also have the highlights for you in this one, but Knopo continues to become a menace against the opponents. 6.6, you can afford him, bring him in. He's very, very good, Knopo. And of course, in this one, of course, he managed to get 43 points, scoring 28 in the game, which is really, really good. Then on the other side, Johnson, Jalen, 61 points. Wow, that's a very, very good contribution right there, scoring 28 and a double-double, 11 points for the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks have been, of course, they have not had their star player in Trae Young, who has been away. Then this is a surprise as well. Dyson Daniels cracked the 20-point mark. Isn't this like a career high for him? Because this season he had not cracked the 20-point mark. He did this time round, and just one rebound shy of a double-double, 9 in the game, scoring 49 points in this one. Of course, in the steals column, always has his steals to pad his scores right there. So pulling up the highlights for you in this one. Just shortly. There we go.
Charlotte losing at home to the Clippers. Plumlee dives in for standing score. Plays well against the Hawks. Baseline jam for Risachet. Losing at home to the Clippers. Plumlee dives in for standing score. Plays well against the Hawks. Baseline jam for Risachet. December. Backdoor cut. And the jam for Sion James. The rookie. Jalen moves it ahead. Takes the three over Bridges.
Well, Jalen Johnson continues to stuff the stat sheet.
Off Plumlee out of Johnson is edged over 40% on his threes. Corner shot for Risachet.
And that's Risachet right there.
And spending no more than 2 days in the same city. That's why Quinn did want to mention the travel schedule to the team in pregame. Not to make any excuses, but to remind.
Eighth-year man out of Michigan State. Kanipo gets it back and fires.
Kanipo right there.
That guy can shoot. I mean, it rolls up.
Sexton gets a reverse lay-in and a foul. Road in Charlotte. Alexander Walker back irons. Dyson Daniels the offensive rebound. Nikhil.
Of course, Kanipo scored 28 in this game.
Go under that screen on Collins.
Skip pass Alexander Walker.
That's Alexander Walker's score. Dropped 23 in the game. Jalen Johnson 28 in the game, same as Kanipo.
Stolen away by Daniels. You just know he's there. Okongwu gets behind the defense. Daniels.
So this is the first. We are going to skip to the second.
Trying to get back in the win column. Sion. Score the goal.
Pass this first half.
Daniels left alone. Makes the Hornets pay for it.
He can shoot.
Just the fourth
He
three-pointer.
can
He's
shoot.
making over 20 from behind the arc. It's a starting guard in the NBA.
And he needs space and time to get it off.
Goaltend. Give two more to Colin Sexton. Hornets playing without Brandon Miller. No LaMelo Ball. No Ryan Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner missing the game. I guess turned his ankle. Musa Diabate. For Alexander Walker.
Of course, also the Atlanta Hawks also didn't have Porzingis in this one. And of course, Kalkbrenner as well was out. And of course, Trae Young as well, in feature for the Atlanta Hawks. So we're going to cross into the second half. That's man right there. That was the only point he scored in this game. Those were the only 3 points he scored in the entire game. Wow, Jalen is just something else. Alright, so this is the third.
4 3-pointers that only attempted 19 so far coming into this one. Sion James.
Three. Best look of the night from that distance.
Jalen Johnson leaves it for Okongwu. Risachet to Johnson. Hornets playing with 3 Duke Blue Devils in the starting lineup.
Guard, look at the ball go downhill.
Interesting to see how this fourth quarter
Okay,
unfolds.
we're going to cross into the fourth quarter. The game was tied. This is the third, but the separation is just fluctuating between 2, 3, 1 points.
Gay gives Atlanta a 1-point lead. Johnson, nothing there. Alexander Walker.
Basket.
I can't tell you when we've seen a forced shot that wasn't shot clock related.
Shot clock's down to 2. Khan flips out of it in.
And got to do it quickly because
Hornets down a pair. Daniels again doesn't even think about that 3. Okongwu give the assist to Daniels. Harden with 55. Daniels. Wow. That stayed on the rim for about 3 seconds.
Okay, so we're into the fourth.
Young, bull.
And as we can see, the Atlanta Hawks trying to get some separation. But it's still not big because remember, they're shooting threes like crazy. A 10-point lead is nothing with the 3-pointers. Those are just three possessions.
Sexton.
big shot needed to go down. Body right now, tough back-to-back. Which team will prevail? Both got to be feeling like that.
2 more for Johnson. Out of Knipple.
That's Knipple. Basket.
This is now officially what the NBA defines as a clutch game.
It is 5 minutes.
With 5 minutes to play. Just the 5th clutch game the Hornets have played this year. Bridges. Diamante!
Nice. Display.
Darts inside.
That's Knipple. Diamante.
Wonderful play. Then resets Knipple.
Knipple resets. Knipple resets and 1. 4 point. Wow.
4-point play.
This is 1 minute on the clock and it's just 1 point difference. Atlanta takes the lead. 4 seconds.
He's got Daniels on him.
Atlanta was the lead still.
And that's how it is.
Atlanta finally won it. Knipple just couldn't make that final one, but it was a very close one right there until the end. But of course, as you can see right there, Atlanta Hawks came out on top in that very game. So let's just get back to our games, the rest of the games that we had on the night. Of course, that concluded as that. So we had Orlando Magic taking on Boston Celtics. Howard, wow, scoring 30 points. Okay, how reliable is this kid? Not very clearly. It's just one of those games because we're looking for transfers, so you can be deceived by this score and you assume, I must get this kid in, I must get this kid in. But clearly, as you can see, the minutes that the kid has are not that many. So it's just one of those games. So do not be rushed into getting the kid in. Jalen, of course, if you can, you made as well. He's good. He's scoring consistently high. So that one you can go ahead and get. So let's jump into the highlights of that very one, which was Boston taking on Orlando.
Jalen Brown operating.
Off the vertical. They're in this 6 of 7 streak, though. They're 4th in net rating. Robinson might have gotten away with a travel, and he's got the first 2. Richard around that handoff from Cada. Tried to skip it to Walsh. Good look from the Duncan cam. It's all about the dunk. Shot clock gets low. Off the inbound. Pritchard turns the corner.
Pritchard had 19 in this one.
Off the pull-up. Usually it's a step back, a little body contact. Nice play. Wagner says, I'll do it myself. So good at attack Batman mask after he broke his nose a couple weeks ago. Jalen Brown right back action. Great offense. Made it to the playoffs based on their defense. Right now the Celtics rocking the rim. Another dunk by 15 entering the 4th quarter. Made a bit of a comeback in the 4th, but too much Michael Porter Jr. at 16 in the 4th. Orlando Robinson for 3. Showing off his Brown off the heel. Pritchard the offensive rebound out to Hauser. Creates some space. Cashes out. Shot clock into single digits. Wagner tried to force it up there. Boucher the rebound. Got to find 30, right? Brown on the drive. Instead it goes to Simons, who's open. That's good. Bench until Friday. He works closely with JB, keeping him healthy. So shout out to Drew and the entire Celtics sports science staff. As Tyus Jones makes it. It's not just them, of course. It's a whole team effort to keep guys fresh and ready to go. Here is Jaylen Brown now defended by Wagner. Two more for JB on that scissor kick jumper. To him, stolen by Boucher. Chris Boucher playing some big minutes here in the first after the Kata injury. JB again to the basket.
And you look at, there's opportunities to go to the rim.
Jones hit one from that spot earlier. Wagner grabs it and scores it.
Gotta go.
You haven't even gotten inside the three-point line yet. Simons in the mix over Wagner.
And skipping into the second quarter.
Not this year at least. They've been elite at it. There's Simons. Did Steph Curry, the Davidson GM, co-sign that? Here's Pritchard. That's his time. Minot moving his feet on Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks from Minot. Simons has Gonzalez running shotgun. He'll take it himself.
That's nasty.
More information on Celtics.com/move-for-Heather. Guys.
All right, Abby, great work. And thanks to the entire Walker family for giving us some time tonight. And I remember Scal when Spurs in his press conference got emotional talking about Heather.
That's right.
That was right after she passed away. There's Minot for three. A really important initiative for the season.
My last, that's just how she was.
Here's Minot. He's heating up. The Celtics have their largest lead at 12. White got it this time. Gonzalez. Pritchard's open. Oh, yeah!
The bench has been awesome.
Black with the silencer. Now Jalen with a nice move on Kane. Over to White. It's a three, and he should... 76 points is a season high for the first half. First half stats by Jason Stone, injury lawyers, official injury law firm of the Boston Celtics. Injured? Better phone Stone. Last year when Brad Stevens was on the headset with us.
Oh, we made 12 threes.
Couldn't miss a shot.
That's right.
So 51 points in that second quarter.
Of course, Boston Celtics were home. To clearly see they were runaway league leaders in this one. But of course, Franz Wagner and team. Franz Wagner had a quiet game, only managed to drop 15 in this one. Desmond Baines dropped 18. That's the silver steal. That's good.
Another former CU Buffalo. Just the third turnover against the Celtics. That was deflected, was it? No, Jenna Renault comes in and makes Minot with the defense.
Got to drive this one.
White keeps his eyes up. There is Brown on the drive. Drop it off. Minot for two. Minot.
Okay, skipping into the fourth.
Bain gets two right back. Him in the dunk contest race. This guy's won one before, Anthony Simons. Over the top of Bain with a soft touch. And attacks the closeout into Walsh. The skip to Howard. And he makes it three.
Howard missed a few. That rarely happens.
Yeah, he was a lottery pick, and they declined his fourth-year option as White banks it in.
Yeah, there was not really much in this. Of course, it ended up being. They tried to come back, but they just ran out of time. It was I want to say insurmountable, but Boston Celtics did not make it easy.
Walsh with the help. Left Richardson open. White to his right, inside to Walsh. Another great find. Another Brown three. Howard again rattles in another. So Jet Howard.
Guarding Jaylen Brown.
Now Tyus Jones to switch. Brown looking to take advantage, and he does.
Too big.
Third's 2 and 14. And they'll have a travel day.
Oh, yeah.
Says White.
Derek White.
With the punctuation.
Is that 3? Block shots for Derek White?
It is. Highest scoring game of the year for the Celtics. They get a standing O from the crowd here at the Garden. Back above 500, 138 to 129, the final.
That was it right there. Boston Celtics managed to down Orlando Magics in this very game. And of course, they got a standing ovation right there. All right, then came the Clippers. Cleveland Clippers lost that one. And I'm sure they're ruling the day when they let the main man in Miami Heat leave their team, because his contribution is awesome, as you saw right there. Norman Powell dropping 32 points in that game, and he used to be a Clipper. Kawhi Leonard returns, dropped 20 points in the game, scoring 36 fantasy points right there. Zubac led the way with 33. 56. He's actually a very good center if you can get him. I do believe he can give you a considerable amount of points right there. James Harden, of course, had 36 in this one, dropping 19 points in that one. On the other side, Davion Mitchell back to his ways, scoring 37, a total of 60 points in this game. Wow. All right, so I do have the highlights of that one as well. Just bring them to you.
Record 55 points into the low post it goes. Zubac is down there with Mobley. This is what Serena previewed as Zubac.
Jump hook. Talk about it all the time. I'm going to say it again. Evan Mobley. Take note, young man. Start shooting those jump hooks. You'll be unstoppable.
Harden from the mid-range is fouled by Tyson. He knocks down his first shot and towards Zubac. Pivots a number of times. Deals back to Garland. Garland explodes past Kawhi Leonard. Sprays off to Mitchell, who got Harden in the air. And cans a three.
Case in point. Case in point. Both of these guys hard, and you just got to try to stay in front of them the best of your ability. You cannot stop them, but you absolutely want to make it difficult, and you don't want to get fouls called on yourself.
Doesn't go either, as here comes Garland. Garland on a dead run, finds Hunter. Hunter for three.
Wow, what a play by Darius Garland.
Outlet pass finds Chris Dunn. Dunn in toward Mitchell, has to bounce off to Harden. Harden collects and scores.
This league is Kawhi Leonard, who will miss 8, 10, 12, 15 games and come back and just play like he's not missed a beat.
Donovan Mitchell with the shooter's touch. Yeah, Charles Smith back in 1990, 52, actually tied by Charles Smith. It was set by Bob McAdoo back in 1974 as a member of the Buffalo.
It's a lot of baskets. Even in today's game when there's a lot of shots, he shot 16 threes. Played pretty well. Nice job, Dean Wade, facing up. Nobody around.
Proctor, Harden in his 17th season out of Arizona State. Banks it up and banks it in.
Boy, that's a nice Sherpa coming in here today. This big wool thing on. I was like, man, where are you going?
Kawhi Leonard's 10-footer doesn't go, and Darius Garland's scoop shot does.
Like, it's Cleveland, man. I said it's 50 degrees outside. It's like you get ready to climb Mount Everest. What are you doing?
It's fun catching up with Toronto.
Or make it difficult for him. Nice job by Evan Mobley. Same thing on the other end. Nice shoot.
Each three is no good. Mitchell grabs the long rebound. Craig Porter has hit the injured list. We'll detail that in a moment as Donovan Mitchell winds his way into a 15-footer. $1:10 to go in the first quarter. Mitchell baptized Sanders. He flips it up and in.
That's a great
second difference between shot clock and game clock. Harden looks for an avenue. Rejected by Tomlin.
Aquan Tomlin. Someone dropped him out of the rafters. Great block.
Proctor. Hey, knocks it down. What a set. Start the second with Mobley, Mitchell, Proctor, Hunter, and Tomlin. Mobley draws a triple. Proctor's wide open, and that is the way you draw it up.
Yeah.
Sanders backs up. He's guarded by Donovan Mitchell. Opening minute, second quarter. Nick Batum got it. Yes, blows by Lopez. Good pass to Tomlin. Extra pass to Proctor, who puts it on the floor. He floats and scores. Paul comes and gets it. Chris Paul chased by Proctor. Off it goes for a three by Sanders as Wade makes a nice play to range in and grab that loose ball. Mitchell, good hesitation move right around Sanders with the left hand. That's great deal over the top of Zubac as Zubac comes up with a loose.
That's really nothing can hurt those guys. You kidding me?
Garland looked to squeeze between two of the Clippers. He'll sip one through to Wade. Shot clock down to 2. Nance, got it.
Love it.
Here's a steal by Travers. Travers and the Cavs have numbers. Mitchell, hey, knocks it down.
Mitchell was on a heater. Dropped 38. Evan Mobley. 18 in the game for Evan Mobley.
Get it either time. That second shot was altered by Mobley. Mitchell finds Mobley upstairs.
Wow.
Oh my! And that's
To you. Nice job by Garland. Penetration is just unbelievable. Darius is not 100%, but he is getting there quickly.
James Harden was a bit quiet in this one. 19 in the game.
Blocked by Mobley. Couldn't come up with the rebound.
Zubac has a first half double-double as Donovan Mitchell right through everyone.
All right, so crossing into the second half of this one.
It won't last for long.
Last season, the
Evan.
35, and Daquan Tomlin coolly delivers with money.
Oh.
As Harden sends it inside to Zubac, he can do that too. Go to that left hand. Well, got tipped by Zubac a number of times. Man, Zubac, even to Zubac in the middle. Zubac last season had a 28.20 rebound game against the Cavs. He's up to 22.16 here this evening.
Frenchman,
Now
Batum.
fits it into the floor. Let that aggressive defense create opportunity.
Collins stepped in front in the NBA on the defensive end to go along with that top-ranked offense. Mitchell to the basket. He crept right around Dunn. He bangs it up and in, and Donovan Brad as the Cavs.
It was close until the fourth when they got separation. Actually, towards the end of the third.
Mitchell on the bounce, right through Collins, puts it high off the window. Just a brilliant step. Bounded by Donovan. Coming off the bench for the first time in his career as Mitchell throws on the brakes and throws up a three.
There you go. That's the separation as it came right there towards the third.
Ranges in, finds Tomlin. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell turns. Mitchell inside of Mobley.
Evan
That was
Mobley.
really close.
So here,
Mitchell.
they now have a 10-plus point lead into the fourth.
Kawhi playing his first game back after missing 10. Zubac has been a force this evening. They wanted goaltending, they get it. Man, that's a tough call in real time. Mobley back to Mitchell. Mitchell fakes his three. He got run up the line by Paul. He'll put it upstairs for Mobley. Double somehow got it through to the rookie Sanders. Sanders bursts out of the corner and floats it in.
Good defense by the Cavs. That was a tough pass by Zubac through that.
Back like winds to 4. Garland works on Sanders. Tough angle
Right.
shot.
So, there was no major comeback in this one. Maybe just skipping towards the end in the last 5 minutes, but of course they had the separation already.
Up and in. He gets fouled by Tomlin, and Zubac uses that.
Because LA Clippers tried to cut into the lead. They could have reduced them to less than 10. That would have given them off, but Cleveland just kept on adding and adding and piling on.
Lead on Brooklyn at home with 5.5 to go.
And at this point, LA Clippers just threw in the towel, and of course, these were just garbage minutes really. And of course, we saw Clippers lose this one, and of course, Cleveland Cavaliers made sure that they won that one handsomely. Then, of course, we went into the Brooklyn Nets taking on Toronto Raptors. And, of course, Toronto Raptors, remember, is second in the, just let me show you the standings right there. Just hold on a while. So these are the standings. Toronto Raptors is the second in the Western Conference. So they are continuing to play. Of course, Cleveland also climbed up after their win as well. Miami Heat's doing so well. They are 4th, 11-6. Atlanta Hawks 11-7. New York Knicks 9-6. Chicago Bulls 9-7. Philly 9-7. Orlando Magic 10-8. Boston Celtics has actually climbed up 9-8. Then Milwaukee Bucks 8-9. Charlotte Hornets doing badly. There's actually a major separation between Milwaukee Bucks and Charlotte Hornets. So these are actually the ones that are struggling. Charlotte Hornets, Brooklyn Nets, Indiana Pacers, and Washington Wizards in the Eastern Conference. All right, so getting back to the games, you saw right there, but not Toronto Raptors. Of course, remember they have their 3. As you can see right there, of course, Scotty Barnes scoring 17, RJ Barrett 16, Brandon Ingram 14, Manuel Quickly, Mamu Keleshvili becoming actually a very valuable addition, scoring 23 in the game, 12 points in the game. Just a look at Scotty Barnes, 50 points. Wow, that's very, very good. 17 in the game, 7 rebounds, which is handsome contribution. Michael Porter Jr. continues to be a pivotal player in Brooklyn Nets. I think his usage is really high, averaging 30 plus minutes in the game. So, of course, giving him the opportunity to score highly. So maybe someone to go. His price is really high. Anyway, all right, bringing you the highlights of this very one as well.
Last early. No, it took you a while to. And a turnover. Here's RJ on the run. Stops. Kicks it. Scotty moves it. Mamu.
The kids love Mamu. Hey, Mamu Keleshvili.
Can they add to it? Quickly working with Mamu. Mamu up top. RJ. Oh! And timeout, Jordy Fernandez.
2009. That's behind
when
the bench.
You were a coach.
Yeah, I was a coach. I took the charges and the deflections.
IQ the 3. Take that. As he knocks down that 3-pointer. Raptors on a 10-0 run to start this game on Sunday night here from the bank. Quickly looking underneath. Mamu Mania by Williams. Taken by RJ. Ahead to Scotty B.
How about that hustle? Chasing down on loose balls, talk about it. One of the
Toronto Raptors was
rebounding as a unit, getting those loose balls and attacking the defensive glass.
Raptors 5 assists, 5 field goals. Martin slices through. Here's Clowney on the attack. He is long and athletic.
He definitely is, and he's improving year by year. You mentioned triple-double against the Boston Celtics. You see now your energy level falls down or decreases, not the Raptors.
Looking for Ingram, and Martin takes it away. Martin in a blocking foul. Another and one for Brooklyn. To Clowney, guarded by Murray Boyles. Spinning, Clowney just takes him right into the post. Puts it back up. Walter. The 3. He has found his game, and
they both had the game with no turnovers, so they will deliver the rock. Get this offense generated.
Mamu looking for Scotty. The clock is down. He recognizes the shake and the delivery. Up top to Powell. Powell. Good job by Grady going over. And there's Mamu on the scene. Lead pass, Scotty up top. Grady.
Really deep.
Doesn't make it look easy.
He certainly does, and that is a special talent as Porter lays it up and in.
Right. I remember when LeBron James used to come into the league when he was a rookie. He used to make no-look passes, but it was nobody else to pass to because you're not fooling nobody to look them off. But it's predicated on how the defense is playing you. But Scotty does a great job of looking defenses off, just like a top-notch quarterback.
Here's Scotty. Quickly swings it. Mamu now attacking.
Nearly
gets
pulled
right
the
to the
3 right there.
Wilson guards Scotty. Scotty now flips it over to Grady. Grady has 8 points. Here's Scotty the catch. Look at that. And Sharp came over for the steal. A pair up on Friday night. Played just a little bit over 19 minutes.
Corner.
Scotty saves it. RJ, the three. Got it. In front of the Raptors bench. Barrett with a bucket.
And RJ's jump shot is so smooth, and it's becoming more and more consistent. Shooting 34%.
Powell with a bucket. You mentioned target. What did you look at? Was it the back of the rim? Was it in the center of the rim? Was it in the front, just over top? As that bucket is good. Claxton gets the block.
That's outstanding block by Claxton. Really enjoy his improvement.
The Omen up fake, kicks it. Williams, a three, banks it in. He was looking at that square box up there.
There you go. It's different for everyone.
Ochai attacking that burst. Abaji, Murray, Boyles, Walter, and Ingram. Claxton with a left. Surprising start last year.
So we're going to
the first 11 games.
Second half.
I think his teammates and getting people involved off of his action offensively.
And the 2-point game. Here's Shed. Grady finds Jacoby. Walter. Three.
Two guys working together. And again, Grady Dick with just a touch pass knew where Jacoby was. Love what they're doing. That's 31 bench press points.
Nearly a steal by Grady Dick right there.
Both guys are really stepping up to the plate.
Martin got it. Trying to work on CMB. No place to go.
No hats there. Yeah. CMB got great footwork.
Look at it. Baji sprinting down the court.
Here's Jacoby.
Porter got double teamed. Scotty had to help out a bit on that play. Found Sharp for the layup.
Raptors by 3. Shed finds Scotty. Scotty turns, faces, knocks it down. Count the bucket. Raptors by 5.
Granted, you can't take any team for granted. You can't underestimate any
Michael Porter Jr. trying to get some separation.
And Porter with the 3, and Scotty just put his hands up like, okay. When healthy, is that smooth? 21 points, 7 of 15 from the field. There's quickly. Kick out, swing, Grady corner 3, short. But there's Ochai. Great job. Abaji kicked it in the corner and then went in for the rebound.
Not giving up on a play. We talk about multiple efforts on a defensive end. That's a multiple efforts offensively. Good swing and going for the offensive glass.
Martin over.
He hasn't. You know, prior to the first game against the Raptors, after that, he's been averaging 10 points a game.
Scotty on the offensive glass with.
See quickly down there fighting with Sharp, and it's just a tough matchup.
Remember, no Jakob Poeltl. That 3.
Absent of Poeltl, it shows.
Those one even like entering into the
value. He's not in the lineup. Good steal, good read by Quickly.
Actually, Brooklyn was the 4. But it stayed close.
To Shed into the front court,
into
the hands of Ingram. Up fake by Jamal Shed, driving over top. Dioman with the left.
He will make the right read and right pass.
Dioman picks up the foul, and the jumper, short corner baseline.
Over top, there you go.
Over top to Scotty. Great read, and the patience to allow it to develop.
100% right. Passing the ball over top by Jamal Shed, freeing up Scotty.
Porter cleans up.
Continue going.
Quick, the 3. Wow. Shooting 50%.
They are trading punches in the 4th. This is 2 minutes towards the end. Right, went away from them. Scotty Barnes, sorry. Mamu.
Brooklyn has been held scoreless since the 4:19 mark. Swarming defense, Clowney.
Basket.
Tough
system, and then finding up, coming up with the steal.
7-point lead.
Mamu.
Odaga. There you go. Odaga right there. Mamu Keleshvili finishing it up for the Toronto Raptors right there as they managed to down Brooklyn Nets in this one. Then, of course, thereafter we had Portland Trail Blazer with Danny Avdia's squad taking on the champions. Actually, if you're to recall, the only loss that OKC has is because of Portland Trail Blazers. So this time round, they were not taking chances. They came ready and expecting, of course, Portland to push them to the edge. But, of course, you know, they are the champions. And, of course, they have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who dropped 37 in this one. And, of course, accumulating 62 points for himself. Then, of course, looking at AJ Mitchell as well, was playing so well, scoring 20 and, of course, 35, which was a very, very good contribution for myself, as I have him in my squad. Danny Avdia had a quiet one this time round, just had 11 points and, of course, 21 points in that very game. You can see he didn't have a very good game, and, of course, that had a significant impact on the team. So we have the highlights of that very one as well.
Massive swing.
There we go.
Well, here's the Blazers. Nice pass. Holmgren inside, and you got the two for Hartenstein. No good. And a weak side rebound.
Now, of course, this was a blowout.
Goes behind his back. Hartenstein. And for the second time, it's Holmgren with the assist.
Especially when you see that big-to-big pass. We call them pocket pass, folks.
Avdia missed the three. Got it back. Jeremy Grant with the three of his own. Just in front.
Jeremy Grant had 21 points in this one.
Didn't there. Will here. And he makes it. And so you got to respect it.
That run also for the Thunder with his three-point shooting. As that's Utah hitters just battling it out in close quarters.
Blazers playing defense. SGA again had to lean into that one, and he's got two more digits. Quick start, and Kamara works his way inside. That was a tough finish of his
shots that the Thunder have been making from downtown. Had 23 on Friday night in that cup game against the Jazz.
Everything was going in, and everything is going in for SGA. A little wiggle at the end. Almost the exact same spot he made his
powers. Not just the depth, but the selflessness of this team. All these guys are just willing to make the right play out there on the floor, guys.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter what game it is. So great to be here over the holiday as Murray had the step on J-Will, as Murray able to get up for that slam. And Shai's been very active on the offensive end, and he attacks and scores again as the brilliance of SGA.
Not fouling him after he had picked up his dribble.
Oh, nice pass.
AJ Mitchell batting in right there.
It's safe to say, Michael, that the Thunder have come out here in this first quarter focused against this November 5th against the Thunder.
AJ Mitchell walks into a three. Wow.
There's another backdoor cut.
SGA. They had fun in this one, but I'm sure Portland Trail Blazers beat them. I have a feeling they will beat them again.
Joe got one off the three-point line and still flies in high off the window.
Chance. That was a chance pass that time. Oh, how about this? Oh, goodness. Was that through the legs? Was that not?
And absolutely pouring it on, even though Caruso missed that layup attempt. But remember, Michael, it was the Blazers who came back in.
All right, so let's keep into the second half in this one. It was really a blowout for this. OKC, they managed to. Well, let's just say they were prepared. They were prepared. They were not going to give a second win to Portland Trail Blazers in this one.
Against one of the most lethal scorers in the association, too.
Oh, nice pass. SGA keeping that ball ahead of the defense. That was a quick bird. Avdia trying to get something going and finally does from the outside after missing his.
That's Danny. He had a terrible game in this one, but of course he's their star. Once he has a terrible game, it affects everyone.
Watches and hits the three. He had 6 against Golden State, which was a career deflection at effective defense.
Danny Avdia right there.
Come up with it. Avdia lowers the shoulder, wiped out Cason Wallace. But it led by as many as 27. SGA pulls up.
He just has that mid-range shot to something else.
Short of the floater, trying to track it down, and does.
He is so quick to the basketball. And how about that pass? My goodness. That pass went through two.
Always trying to take his game to a whole other level. That's a nice pass, Jeremy Grant.
All right, so skipping into the fourth.
Yang outside, and Sissoko from deep.
And that's because of the passing to play. That's what the Thunder have done. They had 71 points from their bench on Friday night, which is second most in Thunder history. And had 4 guys off the bench in double figures, and they just come out ready.
No, of course it was just smooth sailing. They managed to get a huge lead. Of course, this gave opportunity to their bench to get some minutes under their belts.
His first shot, his first make.
Out of 18 games, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has not played in the fourth quarter. Man, you love that too.
He almost had 30 points in the first half. They didn't need that kind of production in the second half because of the work that they did.
All right, so that's how that one ended. It was a blowout in the end. And of course, Oklahoma managed to win that one. Then, of course, came San Antonio Spurs, who was struggling without Wembenyama. They have been losing quite a number of games, and of course, I've seen them drop from the top 10 down to just a look at the Western Conference right there. OKC are now 17 in 1. I think they have the longest win streak at the moment. Of course, no, they don't. The longest win streak still remains with Detroit Pistons in the West. Then theirs becomes, I think, the second longest right there, which is 9 in a row. Then LA Lakers, of course, took second spot after their win. We shall look at the highlights shortly. They are now 12 in 4. Denver Nuggets dropped down, who are also 12 in 4. But they're yet to play, and I think they will be in contention tonight. Houston Rockets in 4th place, 10 in 4. San Antonio Spurs actually are still in the top 10, which is good. And maybe Wembenyama can come and find them from there. 11 in 5, which is good. Then, of course, Phoenix Suns 11 in 6. Minnesota Timberwolves 10 in 6 in 7th place. Golden State Warriors 9 in 9. 8th place. Portland Trail Blazers are actually also coming back up. 7 in 10. Memphis Grizzlies as well coming up. Utah Jazz. Then LA Clippers, Dallas, Cooper Flag and Company. Sacramento, and then at the bottom is New Orleans Pelicans right there. So let's jump into the highlights of this San Antonio game, taking on Phoenix Suns.
Pressure, man. Let me tell you. Brooks lines up the quick early 3, and Goody getting the start tonight.
It is his ability to get in there and rebound, along with Collins.
I mean, like you say, he and Collins are 2 of the better guard rebounding combos inside. Is Luke Cornett, who did not play in that first meeting between these two teams.
Control Vassell and Keldon Johnson off the bench.
Booker able to get to the elbow, and good to see an early one go down for number 1. A little too strong as Champagny grabbed the rebound. Fox pulls for the quick 3. Now, I think they certainly will stay locked in the future as Barnes able to squeeze between the 2 Suns defenders. The Suns had 19 made threes in the first meeting between these 2 clubs. 9 turnovers on the night for Book. Did have the, and Brooks, yeah. Well, he had a breakdown game against Atlanta. Highs on the season as Vassell able to rein in the mid-range jumper due to personal reasons. Gillespie on the drive and kick. Livers on the attack. Lights inside. Terrific finish by Livers.
All right, so jumping into the second quarter in this one.
Pass inside the rolling Iguodala. Nice little up and under.
They allow him to be wide open.
O'Neal's going to square up and fire a deep 3 and cashes in. Outing Friday night is Champagny. A rarity running off the three-point line, cutting
ton of shots at the rim.
Open threes as Sohan, though, spins inside. An easy slam.
Wake up here and understand that this team will beat you regardless who they have out.
Well, they knocked off Atlanta after trailing early as Brooks able to get to the baseline, turn around. The Booker grabbed by Sohan, no whistle. Lob up top. Williams caps it off. Jones Garcia on the drive, blocked away by Booker and Williams. Sets up Brooks, right wing three, connection.
Now, of course, Brooks is actually doing well ever since he moved to Phoenix Suns. He dropped 25 in this one. Devin Booker dropped 24.
Keldon Johnson forced into a tough contested three, and there's a guy shooting 29%.
That's Johnson. Johnson dropped 14 in this one. That's Brooks. Wow, look at that. Maybe you can consider bringing him because he's doing well ever since he moved to Phoenix Suns and he's been given the opportunity to play. And his salary, of course, is currently at just $8 million.
On the drive, spins inside on the fade, gets the touch.
It's gonna go. I mean, he's had some tough luck on some.
Quick trigger on the three. Too strong, no. Harrison Barnes leaps across for the offensive rebound.
Royce O'Neal watching. He had a block out on that one.
Fox driving baseline and able to get it up and over Williams. So the Suns getting the starting nod at the center position. While Wembanyama remains sidelined for a few more weeks. Fox with a sidestep three on the way. Able to knock it down. His
of course, this is the third straight win
now for the game. Jordan Goodwin getting the start tonight in place of Ryan Dunn.
For the Suns, sorry, third straight win for the Suns. And of course, they ended Spurs' three-game run. Yeah, so Spurs was also on the run.
Back outside, Champagny. Cornette over the smaller Suns defender. Barnes. Vassell from the corner.
You got to get Cornette out of there. If you're more.
Brooks gets a screen.
Of course, Phoenix Suns were playing with injured regulars of Jalen Green, who are not there, Grayson Allen, Ray Dunn. They were both not in contention for the Phoenix Suns. But they got a very good, big contribution from Jordan Goodwin. 15 points and 10 rebounds for Jordan Goodwin.
Booker up top to Williams.
From Giuseppe, remember Giuseppe, that very, very good budget player, managed to score a total of 15 points in this. But for the Suns, of course, Diallo and Fox led the way for the San Antonio Spurs, playing without the injured Victor Wembanyama. He had 26 in this one, that's Diallo and Fox. So moving into the third quarter, you can see right there.
Keldon Johnson, he's just. Suns have kept him in check thus far, but that is his fifth rebound.
Even Stephon Casso is out because of a left hip flexor strain. And rookie Delion Harper, the second overall draft, remains out with a left calf strain as well.
Harrison Barnes was chasing him, but he found.
Brooks on the drive, tied up by Bryant. Brooks won't be the beneficiary of the whistle, but there's some of that rebound.
So this is the fourth quarter, as you can see right here.
Guess what? That is rebound number 10, a driving season opening.
And of course, the game stayed.
Has that one blocked away as Vassell using his length.
You can see a Phoenix Suns trying to separate themselves in the fourth.
Back to
Gillespie right there. Gillespie, sorry.
Guess what?
Gillespie from range.
Johnson forced out of his hand. Barnes on the drive. Jump pass outside. Johnson.
Champagny.
Gets a look at the corner. That's the one. Yeah. Like, it is a guy that's
Champagny had 10 in this one.
Offense comes behind the stripe.
So once they got the separation, they never relinquished the lead. They made sure that they kept the cushion lead. And of course, watch the clock run out. As the Alvin Fox doing his thing. Mid-range basket.
He's got 21. And gets it back from Brooks.
This is 5 minutes on the clock now.
O'Neal sets up the flyby on Fox, lines it up, knocks it down, rolls. Williams. Johnson on the drive with the floater.
I talked about.
Booker taking a peek inside, working on Barnes again. Fading on the three. Yes, sir.
San Antonio, I think, helping the Suns by getting into a zone. Suns can just work some time off of the clock.
Booker on the drive, kicks it out to
That's
Brooks.
brilliant.
Yes.
Wow, he's on fire. Brooks.
Road against Western Conference teams for San Antonio.
Barnes right there. Barnes dropped 11 points in this one.
Booker got
Look at Delion. Look at Delion Brooks doing his thing. Wow. He's having fun in Phoenix. So, there you go. That concluded that game, and of course we were left with just the single game, which was of course LA Lakers taking on Utah Jazz. Now I'd hoped Markkanen would go off in this one. Well, he had yet another average game for me, so I didn't really benefit much from him. I got him for just 3 games in the game week 5, and this is all he got me. He didn't get any of the 70s that he was getting earlier on, but it wasn't bad, I guess. On average, he didn't get any 50, but I guess 30s are not bad, and a 40, they are not bad. I will take what I can get. So in this one, he of course managed to drop 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists, which is a total of 37. Then of course George going off, scoring 51, 27 in the game. Wow, that was good. Then on the other side, of course, Luka Doncic unfazed by the return of LeBron James, trying to do his best. And of course, scoring 69 points, 33 and a double-double, 11 rebounds and 8 assists. Austin Reeves trying to reclaim his part as second best player on the team, doing his thing, scoring 22 points. I was worried that he would drop, but looks like he's claiming his spot indeed. 10, the double-double, 10 rebounds, and of course a total of 43 points right there. LeBron James, of course, box score padding as well, scoring 17, 8 assists and 6 rebounds, 42 points right there, with 1 steal in the game. So I do have the highlights of this one. Let me bring you the highlights of the final game that we had on the night, which was, of course, LA Lakers.
3-point in the corner, no. LeBron now coming one-on-one with a head of steam. LeBron James! Who knows if JJ wanted to make a point, bring somebody out. He did not. Keontae George leaning in and score. 3-pointers made. Here's Doncic firing it away. Doncic, in fact, has shot the 2nd most shots in the league. Time this year over 20 points. Ball comes inbound of Lake Show. Doncic gonna get a foul, and he scores. They've made more free throws than the opponents have attempted. In other words, they're one of the tops in the league at free throw disparity. Svi in the... His first assist tonight, Lakers 2nd, all the way. Nobody picks up George, but the alteration was called by Ayton, but no. Season number 23, passing Vince Carter for the most seasons ever in NBA history. Boy, Luka's really getting down this year. Again, it's Mikhailuk. Whip pass over to Nurkic, and he drills a 3. Now the Thunder. Then the Thunder went on a 22-0 run, an extended 33-4 run. Lob underneath, there's Bailey. Lowry was held for just the 2nd time under 20 points against the Thunder. He had 19. Rui, you know, he's solid. He's got the basketball right now. And he bounces it. Keontae George, that's way against OKC, then cooled off like everybody else. Down the middle, all the way. Blocked that time! Get it out by Rui.
Rui with the left hand.
Boy, he got out, rejected it, and Reeves at the other end scores! The floor. Anytime he can get it pushed up will be Luka Doncic. Now to the dribble, he goes underneath, wide open. Everybody in 10. Lakers bringing it up. We only have 3:02 remaining in the quarter.
Look at Luka magic right there.
At the half by a 71-67 margin. He just dominated the second half. For three, got it. Really the game's ever seen. George looking for 2 in a row, this time from the right side. And defensive rebound taken by Jackson Hayes.
LaRavia to Hachimura. Hachimura had 13 in this game.
At home after tonight.
Luka from range. Basket.
Good switch out top.
It's Filipowski on the outside. And again, that's Collier. From beyond the arc, here comes Collier.
Noki. Look at Noki. She just jumped out of the B knowing that this is going down.
Currently 11th in the West. Lakers. A tie for the
wow,
fourth spot.
Austin Reeves. Boy, do I miss this. Luka and Reeves.
Well, Collier beats his man. That man is Reeves. Reeves. LeBron, who hasn't played a ton here. He's missed a bunch of games in Utah. Everybody happy he's playing. Highest draft pick for this franchise since Dante Exum was picked 4th 10 years ago. Cutting, LaRavia, down he goes, scoring.
That's good defense in the post by Gabe.
Ace dropped it momentarily. It's a good little bounce now to Nurkic, who leans in and scores.
The thing about that is you don't have to make every fast break a lob opportunity. Just go 2-on-1 and make the easy play.
Well, LeBron is going to take it himself. He wasn't going to try to do it with the boys. What a summer he had. He was the MVP of the Summer League, averaging nearly 30 points a game. There's LeBron trying to work him, and does. LeBron debuted 23 years ago. And number 23 on his jersey takes it all the way. 2 big steps for the King. You don't complain much, though. I give you credit, Steve. Here's Doncic. Corner of the key. Got it. 2 more for Luka. Conference. Detroit has only lost 2. Oh, good play.
That's a steal by Luka.
Here he goes.
Basket.
Not a mile high quite. We're not in Denver, but still there's some altitude here. Oh, behind his head. Can Marcus hit this one? He pays it off. You got to hit that. Here is Markkanen corner. Spee for 3. Good work underneath by Kevin Love.
Can't get advantage on the, just get up under the rim and catch a pass and score.
8 turnovers for the Lakers, 7 turnovers for Utah. And an easy side kick. George short. Other end is Reeves. LeBron's going to find him. He'll attack the rim. Here goes Austin all the way to score. 17. Luka 1-on-4.
Looking for his first free throw, though.
Rui, yes, sir.
Of some kind on Aiden. We'll get that back to you. Until now, it's Jackson at the center spot.
Yeah, that's the #1 thing.
We kept playing for a while, so I thought it was obviously nothing serious.
And here's Jax rolling and throwing it down and 1.
Yeah, because like Mike, he kept playing. That's why I thought maybe it was just one of those that hurts for a while and then you get through it.
That's Luka right there.
Another 2.
Right, back and forth he goes. Tattooing the floor with the dribble. Pulls up over LeBron
Basket.
from 3. Beautiful. Just going to be off and taken by Keontae George. Remind me not to eat peanut M&M's, Steve, while we're doing the game. Downtown! And most of the game, after a bunch of lead changes early on, they had 9 early lead changes.
Keontae George had a good game. Keontae George scored 27.
Well, than anything.
So a new look with Maxey, of course, with DeAndre Ayton not available. Boy,
that's Reeves right there.
Austin took it right to the hole. 4 times this year. Overall, 57% shooting.
Larry Markkanen.
Markkanen, that's more like it for him from 3. Little look away by Doncic into the corner of LaRavia. Austin goes hard to the rim.
Wow, look at Reeves doing his
thing.
thing.
It in and the foul. Fumble that time by Filipowski. Clocks at 2 at 1. To beat the clock, forget about it.
Maxey Kleber.
Maxey's there.
Man advantage.
Luka.
Gotta get a bounce, and he does. Boy, they flew by and almost blocked it. Up ahead for Braun. Yes!
And the Laker faithful let themselves be heard on that play.
It was a close one until the 4th.
We're going to have ourselves a pretty good 4th quarter, aren't we?
Looking forward to it. Here's Bailey open. Throw it down. Filipowski's got some attitude. Bruin, a formidable target. Here is Reeves up ahead. LeBron right it up and in. Normal spot, the end of the bench. Reserved for
Ace Bailey.
Bailey, yes.
Ace Bailey dropped 10 in the game actually. As Luka cooking. Luka cooking in the paint. Basket.
Step back is good for 2 more.
This is the 4th quarter now. See, the game is still close. Not very close though. This will give them rejected.
Spike, that's the man. 10-point game. Finally.
A 10-point game right there. Luka cooking. Dagger. Dagger.
Shot attempts, that's not a lot. James. Boy, look at him just bullying his way in to score with the left hand.
Guarded.
Trudell for checking on that.
Confirmed it for you?
Confirmed.
Well, he's the guy to ask if you want something
why
confirmed.
do you think I did? I didn't even think twice. Got it from the outside. Timeout quickly. So pushing it quickly after bringing it up.
Still a 10-point game. Of course, with less than 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, they lost sight of market in that time.
It's a wet spot that we saw earlier. He was trying to
You only need the daggers right here. Daggers to just steal their hope. There you go. Boom. That's one dagger.
For Vincent.
Gabe Vincent is back as well. Gabe Vincent actually managed to score just those points that you saw right there. No more. Larry Marketing too little too late. Larry dropped 20 points in this game.
You can't give up a scratch along the base.
Played a horrible defense.
How many times you ever heard me talk about?
They're still breathing.
This Bailey to Larry Marketing right there.
To tie.
Actually cut into the lead, but it was too little too late. Too little too late. And of course we see the Lakers take the win right there. It was game over indeed. Well, that was a close one right there. But of course the Lakers outlasted Utah Jazz in this one to win 108 to 106. So can you guess who the player of the night was? Going once, going twice. Guys, remember to like and subscribe. And of course, I'm open to any of your advice. I keep on improving the streams, making them better over and over and over again. So please comment in the comment section. Let me know. I'm always open to advice. So our player of the night, of course, was none other than LUKA DONCIC. And of course, he scored 33, scoring 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 0 blocks for him, and of course 3 steals and 69 fantasy points as they beat the Outlast Utah, because really Utah, it was very, very, very close for him. And of course, we see his averages in the NBA. He's currently standing at 34.5 points per game, 8.8 rebounds per game, 8.9 assists per game for Luka. So there it is. Luka was the player of the night right there. So just quickly to get through tonight's lineup, I'm going to look at getting out some of these injured players. So it's just that we've run out of time. Of course, I'm on field Nikola Jokic, who's playing in that game. Rawlings as well is playing. And at the moment, I have those 3. Larry Marketing, I will leave him in for this game and maybe see how I can ship him out in the coming days. So, save that. That is it, guys. I am out. Peace out. All the best. Remember to field your... Before the deadline, pick your top 5 or as many as possible who are eligible to play. The video has run on for far too long. Peace out, guys. See you next time.